Yeah, I
So
don't.
what if you see a girl a woman at a grocery store, you're gonna stop her and be like, "Oh, I think you're cute" or whatever?
No, I'm not that bold. Like some dudes are. I need an icebreaker. I'm an icebreaker type of dude. Like I would make some kind of joke first, and then see what she says. If she smiles, like if she's picking up, I don't know, some cereal, I'd be like, "Oh, that cereal's trash," and then she'd be like, "Boy, whatever." I'd be like, "Boom, going in." You know what I'm saying? Like I need something, not just cold trick. Like, "Hey, what's up? What's your name? Let's go out." I feel like that's good.
Yeah, that's a little cringe.
Yeah, but if you make a little small talk, then she smiles, and because a woman will let you know, the smile will let you know, even if she's with somebody, she's give you that smile. It's just kind of like if I wasn't with somebody, if I'm with somebody,
So is it easy for you to meet? Because for me, I feel like LA is a hard place to meet people.
Man, if you go to Cincinnati, people gonna say the same thing.
Really?
I think people say that wherever they live at. If you go to Iraq, they go like,
it's hard. It's hard out here.
No,
it's hard and it's hot.
You don't know if it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think people say that whatever city they in. Yeah, I don't think nobody's like, oh, it's so easy to meet people here.
Hi, I'm Elle. Welcome to Tacos and Shawarma. I'm here with my co-host Sebastian, and we have a special guest, someone I actually met like 10 years ago. He's a big comedian. He's super funny. He was in the movie You People, and he is really, really dope. His name is Malik S., right?
Yeah.
And he's here talking with us today. I really appreciate that you came. That's
Appreciate
really
it.
dope. Can I tell people how we met?
Go ahead.
Okay, so 8 years ago, when I was like broke in LA, I was at some comedy like day thing on Melrose, and some Playboy model took me to like, I don't know, it was a club on Melrose, and it was like comedy night.
Right.
It was like 10 years ago.
Right.
And I was just like sitting there waiting for her because she was with some guy, and I was like, these comedians suck. And then you came on, and I was like, oh, he's actually funny.
Right.
And I like really enjoyed your set. And then I was on Tinder back when it wasn't just like a fuck site, and not everybody was on it. I don't have it anymore. I don't have any dating apps. And I saw you on it, and then yes.
Oh shit, I don't even remember that part.
Yes, and
Tinder?
then and then we met and we went on a date. One date, we didn't fuck or anything like that. We just went to.
We didn't fuck, guys.
We just went to eat at like some diner on Hollywood Boulevard, and then we just stayed Instagram friends after that.
Yeah, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
What was your first impression of her?
She's cool. Just like right now, she's still cool. Like we was talking off air, she's all being, I'm there. I'm like, relax, you're fine. Nothing wrong with you.
Thank you very much. And I want to actually touch base on that conversation a little bit more, because last week we were talking about, in fact, every week thus far, we've been talking about women of value, right? And what men desire and what men don't desire, right? So we've been talking a lot about how men don't desire or necessarily desire single moms, right? They avoid them. Men don't want women of a certain age, right? After they hit like a certain mark. Men don't want women of a certain figure, right? Like
who's these men?
Thank you.
Who's these men?
That's the question that I have, right?
I don't know none of these men.
What's your take on that?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know none of these men.
You have no one.
I've never heard of the people I know in real life, like actual real people. I've never heard no men saying all that. Like, to me, that's like weak as hell. I like who I like. I mean, of course, there's deal breakers.
Like what?
I mean, I don't know. It's just there's always deal breakers. Even if something is not a deal breaker, if you meet a woman with kids and the kids are just off the wall and she's not disciplining the kids, that could eventually dissolve the relationship. But I'm not out here saying, no, I'm not dating no woman with kids.
But you have kids.
Yeah, I have kids. But even if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't be like, oh, she got kids, that's off the table. Like, that's weird to me. But, I mean, to each his own, but those men usually, to me, I feel like you must be very insecure. You're looking for this perfect person. Like, everybody's flawed. I like a little flaw.
I
You
do
know?
too.
Yeah,
But
we all got flaws.
but I just noticed online, like on Instagram, a lot of podcasters, like Fresh and Fit.
Mm.
Okay, well, whatever. His name is Myron. I can't stand him, but anyway,
Okay.
him and like Andrew Tate and a lot of guys that have, I guess, status and money say like, we don't want single moms because we don't want to take care of someone else's kid. We want a woman to just like focus on us. Like, why do we have to take another man's baggage?
Right.
To me, I would rather date someone with kids, so we both have like the same situation kind of going. How many kids do you have?
2.
And with the same woman?
Yeah. My ex-wife.
Oh, you were married before?
Yeah. No baby mamas.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with that, but I'm fortunate. I go to one household. I don't have to go here and there and there. But, to those fathers that do, I think that's very, commendable. Because no matter how hard it is, you still doing what you got to do.
But some of them don't.
I mean, but it's fathers in the house that don't do shit. So
do you guys have a good relationship?
Yeah.
Was it always good?
Yeah, I mean, just like anything, everybody goes through things in rough patches. But for the overall, great person.
That's good.
Great mom. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have kids, who you have kids with is very important.
It definitely
so,
is.
100%. I was blessed to have a good mother. But yeah, I mean, people label, his father, this and that. He got 3 kids. He don't stay in the house. His fathers that live in the house and they don't even speak to their kids, really. They just there.
But that's important, too, to just be there.
Yeah, that's important, too, just be there. But,
what's being there when you're dead weight?
When you're just there. You're not even speaking to your kids.
I mean, at least you could discipline them when they're acting crazy. You could just be like, yo, do something. Better than nobody there. You're like, fuck, I have this giant fucking kid now who's bigger than me. What am I going to do? Take my shoe off? Like, I'd rather a man be there.
But here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the problem with that. When a father try to make, if you try to raise your kids with fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
That fear only lasts so long. Respect lasts forever. So when that kid is 8 and 9, beat your ass. Try that shit when he's 16 and 17 in high school. He's on the football team. It goes away. But you know who they still be scared of? Their mom. Little 5-foot lady. Knowing damn well this lady can't do nothing to him physically, but they're still, because it's not fear, it's respect.
Not respect.
So respect lasts way longer than fear. So most fathers try to raise their kids by fear, and that shit doesn't last.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just good. I feel like it's good to have that a little bit of fear. Like the Asian people, you know what they do? How they discipline their kids? Do you know?
How?
So they make them hold like furniture. Like they make them stand by the wall and hold furniture for a half hour.
Right, but with that...
But they're militant, the kids.
But with that, it's still more respect than fear. Because the fear doesn't last. Like even when... This is probably a bad example. Even with women that get abused by men. Mm-hmm. One day they be like, you can't hurt me no more.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So the fear doesn't last.
You remember that movie with J-Lo?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she goes and...
I mean, after a while, you even know the patterns. He gonna swing, I'm a duck. You already know. It's so routine. So the fear doesn't last that long. So if you're trying to raise a young man, you rather get his respect than have him be scared of you.
Right. You don't think that it's important to have a father in the home?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying you rather raise your kid with respect than have him fear you, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm going to say flat out, it is better to have no father if your father's going to be a fucking deadbeat.
Well,
if you have a deadbeat person in the house, there's no sense in having that person there. It doesn't make sense. There's no respect.
I grew up with my father left when I was 10 or 11. And I'm fine. But I mean, of course, I know it affected me. Would I prefer to have a father in there? Yeah. But I'm good.
Even if it was a father you didn't respect?
No, I would. I mean, when I remember my father being there, I respected him. He wasn't a terrible father. For whatever reason him and my mom had going on, he left. Now, I lost respect for him after he left, because when he left, he kind of left. Be like, he divorced me too. And I was just like, well, I ain't do shit. Mm-hmm. But I never was one of those people like, oh man, I had no father, so I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Like, nah, like, so what, dude? At the end of the day, you know right from wrong. You don't need a father to tell you don't steal a car. Like anybody, you don't need no father for that. Because the fact that you ran when you stole a car let me know you know it was wrong.
But if you feared your father, maybe you wouldn't steal the car. Because like my father left me too when I was a kid, and he's a piece of shit.
Right.
But I had a stepfather, but like I didn't listen to nobody because I wasn't scared of anybody. I was like, fuck.
But they
you.
also you didn't get that respect.
Right. I didn't respect.
So that's what I'm saying. So the fear, like you said, like you had no fear.
Right.
But if you had the respect, you would never say that to the man that probably put a roof over your head. No matter how you felt about him. As a kid, you're not looking at it like that. You're looking at him like, he won't let me go outside. He putting on punishment. But you're not looking at it like, dude, you're not his kid and he's putting a roof over your head.
Right.
Just like you saying most men won't date a woman with kids. That says a lot about that man that he's looked at your mom and was like, you know what? I'll take this little shitty daughter too. Not saying you were a shitty daughter, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
To stay with a woman and her kid is just disrespecting you all the time.
No, I didn't disrespect him. I just
didn't listen.
I mean, he tried to discipline me. He for sure tried.
Right.
But my mom kind of like, she shielded me. She's like, no, poor girl. She didn't leave her alone.
Exactly. Just like a mom.
Would you respond to discipline now? Like, I don't see you respecting any
in my 30s
authority figure.
Authority figure?
Yeah, like any authority figure. Like,
what's your nationality?
I'm Israeli.
Israeli. So tough ass woman, right?
Yeah. And I don't see
thug life.
I don't see there like being a figure.
There's no authority. There's respect. If I meet a man that I respect, that I'll respect him. I'll never disrespect him in any type of way. I had a man that was like horrible to me. I was horrible to him.
So you agree with me. You agree with me. The respect goes further than fear.
Absolutely.
And that's in every relationship. You know, that's why you see grown men, football players, 6'6", still scared of their grandma and their grandmother. But their father, they're like, man, whatever, dog. You know what I'm saying?
They'll beat up their father.
But grandma's like, oh man, I don't want to disappoint grandma. I don't want to disappoint my mom. Because that respect is there.
That's true.
You know, so I try not to raise my kids off fear. Of course I would, you know, it just comes naturally. If you're a father and you're present, the fear just naturally gonna be there. You don't even try to do it. Like, I'm not a mean dad, but it just comes with it. It's just a dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, they'll go to mom and have mom come to me. And I'll be like, why you can't come to me? You know?
But it's that respect. They have that healthy respect.
It's a little fear.
Yeah.
And the respect, because, you know, most kids, you know, they know how to get over on mom. You know, they know how to,
definitely
you know
do.
what I mean?
Moms are soft.
Because they're technically, they know they're doing something they're not technically supposed to.
And they're usually, I'm not speaking for all, they're usually closer to mom. So they know how to manipulate mom a little more because they know her way better than they know dad.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They know mom, these words will trigger her, and then she gonna go to dad for me. You know, so
the dads have the easy job, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always give it up to moms, good moms. There's some shitty moms out there.
They are,
but I always give it up to good moms. But there's some bad moms. There's some good single dads.
There are. I met some.
Yeah,
I really met some. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're doing this shit. I have two guys that I know that their wives, they passed.
Right.
And one guy, his wife just left with another guy, and they're all taken care. I'm like, it really touches me, like more than single moms, because I feel like, you know, dads are, a lot of them are.
I'd be scared, man. Oh my God, that's one of my fears.
That is scary.
Because my daughter's gonna be 15 next month. I wouldn't know what to like. Just
but she's already, but she's already grown.
I know, but still, she's still a girl. 15, like I feel like I would be like, I probably would just rush and get married, just so I could have that little help.
Do you have a sister?
Yeah, I got sisters, but they don't live here and they got their own lives. So just me and my daughter, like, I'd be like,
really?
Like, yeah, I'd be nervous.
Yeah, I mean, nervous, but I think you could do it.
I mean, I would do it. I definitely can do it.
15, like at 15, I was already like on my way out the door.
Yeah, but I just feel like you know, because whatever that circumstance is, it's going to be sad. So that's a lot on her, which was a lot on me already being like just me and my daughter. And then now we got to deal with the emotional baggage that comes with that.
That's hard.
That's scary, man. Like when I remember with Diddy, kids, twins, the twins' mother died. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, Kim Porter.
Oh my God. Like, even though you rich and you got nannies and stuff, it is still a lot on
It's a
you.
lot.
You know, so I thank God that my kids' mom are around and that's their rock. So
Thank God.
Oh
Do
my
they
God.
live here?
yeah, they live here.
Oh, okay.
We all live. They live around the corner.
Are you from here?
We from Miami.
Oh,
But
Miami.
they live here and they
How-
live around the corner from me, so we got it real close.
No way.
I didn't want to have to drive far to get my kid and, school and drop-offs and,
Why don't you, how come you guys aren't just stay together?
No. That's just saying they live close. That ain't got nothing to do with being together. Like, you know how LA is. I'm not going to live in Porter Ranch and have my kids living in Inglewood. I'll never see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to try to be...
How long have you been out here?
I've been out here like 12 years.
Mhm.
They've been out here like 4.
Oh, so you just brought them out here.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
How did you get into this comedy stuff?
It's crazy. I was the first comedy show I ever went to was the Kings of Comedy. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
familiar. That was the first show I ever went to. I didn't even know there was such thing as comedy club. Like you could go to the comedy club every week.
You went there to watch it, or you went there to do it?
No, I went to watch the show. No, this was
Oh.
in the arena. This
Okay.
is Kings of Comedy. They're all arena shows.
Okay.
So the first ever show I went to was in the arena
Okay.
because I didn't ever know there was comedy clubs. I just saw people do comedy on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my friend went. We got some tickets outside from some scalper. We went in there. We watching the show. Show's going great. And then my friend's like, man, you just as funny as these dudes. I'm like, man, you crazy as hell. He's like, dude, you funny, man. I'm telling you. I'm like, nah. And he was like, at this time, we're not really doing anything with our lives. We in between jobs. And he's like, man, I think I'm going to go to the military, to the army. I was like, what? Come on, man. Where we come from, people don't go to the army.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, I'm not doing nothing here. I'm going to go to the military. I'm going to try to play football. Because he used to play football in high school. He messed his grades up his senior year, so he couldn't play. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to do it. I say, man, wow. I said, well, I'll tell you what. If you do that, I'm going to try to do stand-up.
What?
Yeah. And I think in 11 months, he retires from the Army 24 years.
What?
That's how it happened that day.
So
and you guys have been doing both since.
Both since, yeah.
So it only takes one person to actually believe in you.
I mean, it was just like
But-
it was like, well, if you do that, then I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna leave you out there by yourself.
But I tried to do stand-up once, right?
Mhm.
I went to a place and I just whatever. And the first time I did it, people laughed.
Right.
The second time I did it, I'm like, what? I don't know what the fuck I'm even doing up here. Like,
Yeah.
how do you keep the same energy for the same story multiple
Well,
times?
what's funny, the first time I did stand up, I went to the open mic. I didn't even know. Again, I only saw comedy on TV. So then there was a local comedian named Marvin Dixon in Miami that was on the radio. So I waited for him to get off the radio. And I waved them down and I was like, hey man, I'm interested in doing comedy. How does this thing work? And he the one told me, hey, you go to the Improv on Monday nights, they got open mic. I was like, oh. So I go to the Improv. I'm like, oh, it's like a club and they just do comedy. I'm like, oh wow. I didn't know that was a thing. So when I go, I just go up there. I don't have no jokes or nothing. I don't know you're supposed to write jokes because every time I would see a comedian on TV, they would be doing something new. So I thought you would just do it and then it'd be done.
Right.
So I just went up there, improv like 4 or 5 minutes, did good and got off. Then I go back the following week because I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this. I go back the following week. I see the same open micers who came back again. They doing the same thing from last week. I'm like, wait, they did that last week. What's going on? That's when I found out, oh no, dude, you work your jokes out, you do your jokes and you do them over and over.
But how do you do it? Like,
What do you
how do
mean?
you keep the same, okay, it's like telling the same story like 100 times. You kind of lose steam after a while.
Nah, it's like singers who sing the same song over and over. You don't lose steam because it's new energy, it's new crowd, so it's those new little nuggets in the joke. That's why they call it working it out. You know what I mean? So then I just kept going back every Monday and I started learning to write jokes and working the jokes out, and you go from 1 joke to 2 jokes to 3 jokes to 2 minutes to 10 minutes to an hour, and that's how it happened. Like I had no idea. Like most people be like, "Oh, I know I was gonna be a comedian." I wanted to be a firefighter.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be, and it didn't dawn on me till later on after high school. You would meet people, you would bump into people you went to school with. They'd be like, "Man, you was always funny." Everybody would say that, and I'd be like, "I don't remember being funny." Like I don't remember. I'm like, I don't.
Because you're just you.
Yeah, I just remember me being me. I do remember one time. This was in the 8th grade. I got in trouble because I said something, and the teacher, everybody laughed. And the teacher got, how they get mad, and she put me in detention. I'm like, but I didn't even do nothing. Like, they laughed. So I got detention. That's the only thing I remember ever, like, being funny. But for some reason, everybody thought I was funny. I didn't know.
I think you're funny.
I mean, I know now, but I'm saying back then, I was just being myself. I was just being a kid, just talking
So
shit.
that's great then, right?
Yeah.
Because it worked out for you. Like you're just doing what you're naturally good at.
Yeah, you don't, it's crazy how the universe will put you where you should be. That's what I believe. So that's how it happened.
Did you find yourself studying other comedians at any point, either for style or for inspiration?
I watch other comedians in the beginning because it's your thing. You love it. So you're watching comedy all the I always loved comedy, but I never thought I would be a comedian, and then, I just always enjoyed it. And but early in my career, I started working with D.L. Hughley, and when you're young comic and you look up to somebody, you would kind of like after a while pick up their mannerisms a little bit just because proximity, you always with this person every weekend, so that kind of happened. And that kind of happens to mostly all comedians, that you just kind of pick it up because it's like you see it and it's working and you admire this person. And then, as time goes by, you start finding your own voice, your own style, your own way of doing things. So yeah, it happens all the time.
He's a really good writer from what I hear, right? Like
he's yeah. I mean, he's one of the dope comedians, very political, stand on his word, so I respect that. He's not like a jokey joke comedian. He says a joke, but it's something to it. I always kind of like that kind of style of comedy.
Did you start incorporating that into your own comedy?
Yeah, I always was like that. And again, I don't know if that was just my natural thing or it's just because I was around him when I was so young. But I always had jokes that had some kind of meaning behind it, not just, oh, this is funny, so I'm going to say this. Even like every joke I say has a little bit of truth in it, at least 10%. So even if it's not my truth, I saw it, I witnessed it, or it's close to me. Like a friend might have went through it, or like I'm talking to her and I'm like, women always think they fat. It come from somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So you meet like you use the material from your life experiences.
Yeah,
basically.
just for how I see the world.
Yeah.
However I see the world is, I make it turn it into a joke. But most of it is really my beliefs. Most of it is really like, no, I feel this way, but let me explain. It's not like 100% concrete.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
do you travel a lot?
Yeah, I travel. Like I was just in Texas, and I was, Texas is a wild place. So
I've never been to Texas.
You gotta go to Texas.
Really? What part?
Texas is nice. I mean, I was in Dallas, and I was doing a joke. I was like, Texas, y'all do y'all own thing here. Like, weed is illegal, but you carry a bazooka, which it's true though. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's real stuff. But from how I see it, it's like, so you can't buy weed, but if you want to buy a tank and ride down the street,
right,
it's fine. So
everyone has their own thing. Yeah. Right? You have it's like here, you have Beverly Hills and then you have like Skid Row. Like, doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just the balance of life.
That's true.
Nobody would be rich if nobody was poor. Nobody would be healthy if nobody was sick. It's just weird. Like, we wouldn't have doctors if people didn't get sick.
Right. That's true.
That's just that's just how life is, man. It sucks, but for every shortcoming or somebody's struggle, somebody's winning off that.
That's true, but a very small amount of people.
Yeah, I mean,
like we're all just on the bottom of the totem pole.
Like, it wouldn't, if we all wasn't, there wouldn't be no therapists if people wasn't mentally fucking struggling.
Right. But
So
is that like a good thing? That we have therapists?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But I guess it would be a good thing if you look at it like if this.
Therapists need therapists.
Well, look at it this way. If it was gonna happen, then it's a good thing that we do have therapists.
Right.
If these things are gonna happen anyway, then it's a good thing we have people in place to help us cope. Like if we're gonna get sick, then good thing we have doctors.
Right. But I feel like doctors is kind of like an institution. There's other ways of getting healthy besides what they're telling us. But that's just like a whole nother thing. But yeah.
But I think that's still somewhat of a doctor to me by that word, by the definition of the word, I guess.
Right.
But I guess we associate doctor with white coat.
Right.
But if somebody can heal you, then they call them healer because they don't have a degree. But whatever, I don't give a shit if you're a doctor or healer. Make me feel better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So whatever it is, we have those people.
Yes.
You know, and on an even darker scale, you got people who got big homes and drive nice cars, send their kids to college, and they bury people for a living. But people are gonna die. So
we're all gonna die.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they like, well, people gonna die. Well, shit, I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna bury people.
Right. It's a good business.
Oh, great business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just it sucks, but that's what it is, man. We all gonna go. We all gonna get sick. We all gonna get mad. That's why we got jails. We all gonna do wrong shit. And we all gonna laugh.
That's true. How do you like date if you're traveling so much?
Oh, I don't travel like that. But even if you're traveling, I mean, I'm not in the military. You know, like,
are you dating? Are you like trying to put yourself out there?
You would leave I leave on a Friday. I'm back Monday.
Mm.
And that's not like every weekend.
Right.
And even if it was, come with me.
Oh, that's cute.
Come with me. Come be my groupie. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Be in the room, put on a wig, act like we just met.
So I have to ask this, right? You've already experienced life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been married. You had that experience. Now, is that something you're looking for again? Like when when you date, you're looking for.
I would do it again. Yeah, I like stability. You know what I'm saying? I like that, man. Having a good woman changes everything, especially for somebody like me. Like when you got a lot going on, like there's this whole conversation that, you know, what I bring to the table. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, I don't need a woman to bring money to the table. Bring me peace. Bring me accountability. Bring me stability. Like, bring me, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make my life easier. I don't need your money. You know what I'm saying? Just don't come in here and make my life harder. I could do that on my own. Life is already hard.
Is it a problem for you if she makes money? Like if she has a company?
That's even better.
Oh, it's better?
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to be mad.
Right.
I'm not out here looking for a broke woman.
Do you think it's harder to date women that are successful, though?
Not if you're a strong man. It goes right back to that respect thing.
Right.
If you're a strong man and that woman respect you, her money would never come up.
Right.
Women only flaunt their money in front of dudes they don't respect.
How do you meet women? Just like
whatever.
Instagram?
Nah, just what I'm still a real life person.
Okay.
I don't like apps and all that. I'm on no dating apps. I don't believe in none of that shit. If it works for people, I've heard stories people met on such and such, got married, and they still together.
I don't know how that works.
I'm a regular.
I feel like dating apps like a furniture catalog. Like you don't know if you're getting Alibaba, Wayfair, CB2. Like you're just fucking looking through. Like what the fuck is that?
I would never get on a date. I'm more just like regular life.
You technically really don't have to, right? Because I mean, as a stand-up comedian, there's a lot of opportunity to meet people. Not that that's where you are meeting people, right. But naturally, when you make a woman laugh, she's going to go up to you at the end of the show and go, "Hey, look, you know."
It's always a good icebreaker. You could always be able to speak to a woman after a show because you was just on stage, you know. But yeah, I don't.
So what if you see a girl a woman at a grocery store, you're gonna stop her and be like, "Oh, I think you're cute" or whatever?
No, I'm not that bold. Like some dudes are. I need an icebreaker. I'm an icebreaker type of dude. Like I would make some kind of joke first and then see what she says. If she smiles, like if she's picking up I don't know, some cereal. I'd be like, oh, that cereal's trash. And then she'd be like, boy, whatever. I'd be like, boom, we're going in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need something, not just cold trick, like, hey, what's up? What's your name? Let's go out. I feel like that's good.
Yeah, that's a little cringe.
Yeah, but if you make a little small talk, da-da-da, then she smiles. And because a woman will let you know. The smile will let you know. Even if she's with somebody, she's give you that smile. It's just kind of like, if I wasn't with somebody, if I'm with somebody,
So is it easy for you to meet? Because for me, I feel like LA is a hard place to meet people.
Man, if you go to Cincinnati, people gonna say the same thing.
Really?
I think people say that wherever they live at. If you go to Iraq, they go, it's
hard. It's hard out here.
No,
it's hard and it's hot.
You don't know if it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think people say that whatever city they're in. Yeah, I don't think nobody's like, oh, it's so easy to meet people here. I think that's just
unless you're that type of person. Unless you're the type of person where it's just easy to meet people.
It don't matter what city you in.
So then you're just saying you're just a people person then.
I'm not, but I don't subscribe to the whole, LA is hard to meet people. Oh, DC is hard to meet people. Hey, it's hard for you to meet people. Maybe it's you. You know what I mean? But I don't think LA got what? 12 million people? It can't be hard to meet people. It might be hard to meet the person you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not hard to meet people. You can meet people on the 405 at 5 o'clock.
And what's funny about that is I feel like she would be in front of a person she would want to meet and just nothing would happen. Unless that person approached her.
Right. But that's most women.
Yeah.
They feel like I'm not approaching him. Because as strong as women are, they don't like rejection.
I told him that.
And if they get rejected, oh my God.
Oh my God. I told him that. It's like the worst thing. Yeah. It's like my biggest fear.
See, men, we don't care. We just keep swinging.
You're used to
women
it.
Like,
oh my, we hold on to it. It makes us sad. We could be sad for like over a month. We could think about rejection for like
I can't believe that dude told me that.
Yeah. Like, how dare him? And then you start looking at yourself and then you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And like, it's not good for our self-esteem.
I think there are certain skills you can develop to help you get over that like feeling of rejection.
We don't want to learn those skills.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a personal choice.
Please.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because I just, rejection happens all the time. You know it's coming.
It's life.
Yeah.
I'm in a business of rejection.
Right?
I'm used to rejection, man. Like
but in business it's different
actor
than in your personal, because it's like you know what I mean? It's like they don't like you.
But that's
business,
the same thing
they
with
like
acting.
No, because they
you go on that audition, they like, we don't want your ass.
Yeah, but sometimes they like typecast for a certain look.
But let me tell you why I feel like it's worse, because a dude reject you at Ralph's. Whatever.
Nobody's rejecting me at Ralph's. First of all, I barely even go to Ralph's.
But when you get rejected in the audition room, there's more than just your self-esteem involved. There's rent, there's car note, there's gas, there's food. You're not gonna be able to get those things because you got rejected. So to me, that's a whole nother layer of rejection.
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Well, it's not personal. It's just fucking scary that you have to rely on a fucking audition to pay your bills.
It's personal, especially, I grew up a child actor, especially when you are in front of the same casting directors over and over again.
They keep telling you no.
And they keep telling you no. It's like, you hired me for this gig. Why don't you hire me for this gig?
Because you're not the right look. This is business. We don't care.
But it's personal. It still hurts you.
Yeah, they make sure. They're the ones that call your agent and say, we want him on the roster.
It doesn't hurt your heart.
It does hurt your heart, because this is what you want to do for a living. Of course it hurts your heart. You think like guys who go to college for 4 years, play a sport, don't get drafted. You don't think that hurts? That hurts.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so if you doing this is what you do, this is your passion, fuck yeah, it hurt. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no way in hell it don't hurt. But I was just adding that there's a financial part to it.
Right.
The dude reject you, okay, you hurt, but he gets rejected. It's like, my rent, dude. And I'm hurt.
Right.
It's
it's worse.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I said.
That's why I got out.
I'm in a business of rejection. You got to have thick skin to do this.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's not for everyone.
That's why all actors are a little off.
They're off.
Because you get told no all the damn time.
Fucking weird.
Or you get to be a big star and you get told yes all the damn time. Mm-hmm. So now your world is not real.
It's so weird.
You know what I'm saying? So you go to one extreme to the other extreme.
Oh my God. I've been around these people. It's hard to connect with them. Like,
they never been told no. They don't know.
On any level. Like, you cannot connect with these people.
I just think it's hard for you to connect with a lot of people.
All right.
Broad spectrum.
All right, then. I guess I'm the problem.
Yeah, we might have to get her a GoFundMe and get a little therapist.
Yeah.
I have a therapist. I feel like
maybe you need two.
Maybe two.
Actually, I am curious if I may ask. Like, do you talk to her about like sort of your perspective on the world and like how people interact, and does she have any feedback in regards to like how you interact with people or like how you don't want to interact
First
with
of all,
people?
how would she know how I interact with people? I'm asking her for Xanax. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't think that's how therapy works.
That's not how therapy works.
I'm joking.
You got kids?
Yeah, I have one kid.
How old?
He's 2 he's almost 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, right?
He's a boy.
So that helps out a lot. That helps her anger a little bit because now she has
I'm
something
not
to
angry.
love.
I'm
now
not
she has
even
something
angry.
to love.
Why do you think I'm angry?
Now she has something to love. So that helps.
You think it helps, but actually can make it worse because you're like, and then you have like,
Well, she
It
just got her dog back,
I got my dog
I
back.
do know she loves.
What?
Yeah.
Back? What
okay,
happened?
so I left LA for like a year. I went like traveling all over the world, and because my son has autism, so I got
That's
like kind of depressed.
Some rich people shit right there. Sorry.
What, having autism?
No, to just be like, I traveled the world for a year. That's some rich people shit.
I was depressed. I just needed
but that's rich people shit. Is all I'm saying.
Fine, it is.
Poor people can be like, you know what? I'm depressed.
I'm taking off to Bali for a month.
You know what? In and out. I'm not gonna be here for a year. I'm gonna just travel for a year.
Right. I couldn't take my dog because he's like 200 pounds. So I gave him to a rescue.
Mhm.
But then when I got back to LA a month ago, I called the rescue and they still had him. So I got him back. So he's saying,
Does he know you still?
of course, I raised him.
So what was the son
My
for
kid?
the year? Yeah.
Oh, well, no, we're together. In Bali, he was with my mom and my au pair. You know, no, that's another
Au
rich
pair.
rich people
Yeah,
shit.
I heard that au pair. That's some rich people shit. That's like fancy babysitter, basically.
Right. From another country. It's a foreign exchange. They live with you.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, tell them. I know what it is.
All right. Well,
I never had
just look
one.
it up. Anyway, yeah. So my au pair, my mom, and my sister. My sister and my mom live in the same house in New York.
Mhm.
So they watched the baby while I was in Bali. Then I went back to New York and I was with the baby in
Now, how long were you in Bali?
a month. I needed it.
You got any dig in Bali?
No, ew.
I don't know. I'm just...
You know what happened? I went there. I downloaded Tinder because I went by myself, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I
That's
doing here?"
adventurous, man.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I'm adventurous.
Why ill though?
Ew.
She ain't want no Bali dick.
No, I don't want no foreign. I don't know what's going on over there. Like,
Because we always talk about these topics of like desirable women, what men don't want. And
Mhm.
she goes and says some things like, you know, boss men don't want boss women. And it's like, you know, she's out here. She's this person who's doing all kinds of hustle, right? Making moves. She's got the respect of everybody around her. There's not someone I've met in her circle who doesn't have mad respect for her.
But they don't like me. They respect me because they want my money, but they don't like me. You don't even like me.
Why do you feel that way?
No,
though?
because you could just tell. You could just tell.
I
If
think
someone really fucks with you, you could feel it.
But I think you be going into situations like that. I think you going in saying this person don't like me.
No,
You got to
no.
get that dark cloud off of you.
Oh my god, it's in the works right now.
Yeah, I can because I've been there. I can see it. Like you always going in with a negative thought,
My friend told
and
me
that shit is real, man.
I'm trying not to be that way.
It's one day at a time.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
It is one day at a time.
but just hearing you talk, I could hear everything. It's just like
I'm
it's
negative.
It's not gonna work out. Why this?
What did I say is not going to work out?
I'm not saying
I'm
you
telling you,
did.
it's an energy
I'm
you
not
carry.
saying you did, but it's the energy you have on you. Because I had it. That's why I can recognize it. This dark energy of like,
Oh my
it's like
God.
it's a weird defense mechanism to prepare you for.
Is this an
disappointment.
intervention?
I think
Yeah.
it's about to turn into one.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
fucking
it
God.
helps you deal with disappointment. Because then you be like, well, I knew it wasn't gonna work out anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I used to be like that. I do audition, I ain't gonna get it. Then I don't get it. Be like, see, I knew it. Then I'm not hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I told myself I wasn't gonna get that damn thing anyway. So now I'm not hurt. But yeah, you told the universe you weren't gonna get it. Universe like, all right, shit. You don't want it? Cool.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it, and I'm working on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yesterday, the lady at the nail salon, she did some like little Vietnamese like. She said, "I'm gonna give you my energy," and she said, "Say this." And she did some fucking Chinese sign on me in my hands, and she's like, "Something good's gonna happen to you this week. Come back and tell me." She's like, "I'm gonna help you." I'm like, okay.
see,
Mhm.
If you just speak it, it'll come to fruition.
I believe it.
Just be positive.
I'm trying to do
Say your affirmations.
Okay.
So because of the industry that you come from, right? And that you're a part of, especially on stage, not every time you tell a joke is it going to go over well with every with every audience. Like how do you, especially in like when you're going in and out of auditions, right? What do you tell yourself? Like what are some of your affirmations to deal with some of that anxiety?
Now I just tell myself I'm gonna book this thing and this is mine. And then I don't get it, but still. But why not say I'm gonna get it? Why say I'm not gonna get it? Because what's the point of me even going then? You know what I mean? So I just keep telling myself it's gonna happen, and one day it's gonna happen. But to me, I don't see no benefit of saying it's not gonna happen. Because then what's the point? Why would I even do it if I just feel like I'm not gonna get it? Or I get something and look at it and be like, yeah, that's not even me. Pass. But once I decide to do it, oh yeah, I'm gonna book this. This is mine. And then one day it's gonna be like, I knew it. Like a lot of things that I thought of, they've come to pass. So it's a lot of things that I'm thinking of now that hasn't happened, but I know it will in time.
Like manifestation?
Yeah, like I bought a house in LA in 2020. And anybody that's not here, they don't understand what that means.
Yeah, congrats.
But if you live here, you understand what that means. Like you did it. Like you understand and I bought the house doing what I do.
It's major.
So
that's major.
Yeah, like there was a time when I was back in Miami, I didn't even just trying to get an apartment. Mm-hmm. And now you're buying a house in LA. So
I don't think it's a good investment.
Oh, it is for me because I live in Porter Ranch.
Oh, okay.
And what I would be paying for my house, the rent would be like
more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I think it's a good investment, like because I bought in 2020.
Was it like lower because of COVID?
It was just lower because it was 2020, but we 2023.
No, because now things are lower because of the interest rates.
What people are dropping the prices down a little bit because the interest rate's so high. See, I had a low interest rate, but I put it to you like this: I couldn't buy my house right now.
Right,
I couldn't afford it.
Oh, it went up since you bought it?
Yeah, I couldn't afford to buy my house now.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? So
the property taxes are fucking annoying.
I mean, the whole LA is just the whole tax.
Maintenance
California taxes is just
it's crazy.
It's just ridiculous.
Miami's not that.
There's no state tax.
Yeah, but Miami's expensive.
Miami's expensive, but there's no state tax.
Not as expensive as LA. I feel like LA is like the most expensive place to live.
No, San Francisco.
Really?
San Francisco, Chicago, and New York are right there too.
Yeah, New York is trash.
New York is trash. LA's trash.
LA's
shit is not worth it for what they.
Where you want to go then?
I mean, you got to be here for now. Like I'm gonna be here for now because I have to be. But I'll be honest with you. Once I become like a household name,
you want to leave the country,
and people calling me, bringing me stuff, you don't have to live here no more. Like Will Smith don't have to live here. He chooses to live here. He's not going to audition for nobody.
But are you going to leave the country? Or?
I'm not going to leave the country.
Where would you go?
I don't know. I'll probably go to Dallas, Atlanta, or something like that. Something more, where my money can stretch.
I never thought I would ever be someone who would leave LA because I'm born and raised LA. But when I did go down in Atlanta, it was absolutely beautiful.
What you get for your money, man?
Yeah, just green land, horses.
Especially for me as a black person, it's like just black people everywhere thriving. Like you go to a high-end restaurant, it's all black people. That's the manager. That's, like out here, you go to a high-end restaurant, you might see one black dude in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So in Atlanta, I go to Wells Fargo if I'm about to sit down and do some banking, some business banking. It's a black woman. It's just like, damn, like, shit is dope.
Actually, I didn't even stop to think about that.
It just looks good. It's just like a good feeling to see that it's not just servant jobs.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm saying? Like, you come out here in L.A., all the Mexicans and black people usually have servant jobs. I'm not saying all black people or Mexican people, because people get so fucking touchy nowadays.
So touchy.
But, yeah, it's good to see,
successcul people
of color.
Yeah,
sure.
the class disparity is pretty bad here in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad anywhere in any major
it's
city.
hard
But
to
in
make
Atlanta,
money out here. And as a regular person, like a 9-to-5 job, anybody, like even if you're white or whatever, like what the fuck are you doing besides being a waiter?
Well, you got to be in the industry. That's where all the money
You're
is.
gonna be a prostitute?
No, I'm saying you could be in the industry. You could be an agent. You could be a lawyer.
Yeah, but how long does that take? That takes a long time.
But it takes a long time to make a lot of money.
It does.
Period.
It does. It does. Take
Unless it's this whole, these kids with this,
Twitch.
with the whole social media, they making money.
They're
but
killing it.
otherwise, it takes a long time to make a lot of money.
It does.
But even for the kids, it still took them time to build that following.
Mm-hmm.
So, only way you make a lot of money quick, you win the lottery. That's
or you
it.
marry into a wealthy family.
Yeah, but if they super smart and really wealthy, they not gonna let you leave with that money.
That's true.
I don't know if you know the comedian Ali Wong.
Mm-hmm.
The article that recently came out about her is she married into a wealthy family. Her wealthy husband's family made her sign an ironclad prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's richer than he is, and they're trying to sue her for her money.
Right. Yeah, they not rich people don't.
Yeah,
They don't give away their money.
No, yeah, that's
They
true.
tight.
That's true.
They tight with their money.
you're taken care of only as long as you're in that relationship.
I feel like that's fair.
It
To
is.
me,
It's fair. It is.
I feel
fair.
like, especially if I met you rich,
right.
like the hell, how you just gonna take half my shit? I met you rich. You didn't help me build this.
right.
So I feel like, and I'm not one of those people. Like if I got to be rich and I'm married a woman, a lot of people think prenup mean you leave with zero. No, prenup means it's just already like
Agreed on.
agreed on. This amount of year, this amount of money. Da 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 da. So I wouldn't leave a woman assed out, but I'm not damn sure not doing half.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm not giving you half my shit. And we was married 3 years, and I met you with $10 million. Fuck out of here.
No,
You get a house, you get a little startup money.
that's still good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna leave you assed out, but you're not finna get half my shit.
No.
You're gonna get a house and some couple dollars for you to get on your feet, figure it out. I'll give you about 1.5 years worth of money. Hey,
Hopefully, if next time you get married, you don't have to even
get divorced.
get
Right.
divorced.
But I
Knock
feel
on
like
wood.
I probably still would do the prenup though.
For sure.
Cause
It's a
hap-
weird conversation.
Shit happens, man. What? You know what? I find that if I meet a woman and we talk prenup, if she has an issue with it, then I already know we don't need to get married. Because most women, if that's not their intention, they're like, well, I'm not leaving, so I don't give a shit. I sign it. I don't plan on divorcing you unless you fuck me over.
But what if she wants to negotiate it? Is that weird?
That's what, but I'm saying I'm a fair person, so I don't feel like there would be much to negotiate. And if there is, then that lets me know you're not in this for the long run.
Right.
Because why do you care? If you're gonna be here, then you don't really give a fuck what that prenup say. But I am gonna look out for you to be like, this is what it'll be. You'll get this, that, and the third. And if you be like, nah, I need to be more, I'm like, we ain't getting married.
So a wealthy man
We not getting married.
finds interest in you, right? And you're at the table, and he gives you a prenup, and he goes, "Here's your prenup.
Mhm.
You're gonna look at it, and you're gonna go, I want to change these terms a little.
I have to see the terms.
If they were fair,
What's
Hypothet-
fair? What
hypothetically
is fair?
speaking.
It depends what's fair. First of all, can I still work?
Well,
Or-
anything you getting, if you met him rich, anything you getting is fair. You didn't do nothing.
Well, no, but if I have to change my lifestyle and you want me now to be a wife and stay at home.
Oh, well, yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But
that's
I
what
would
I'm
never
a-
ask a woman
That's what
to
I'm
do
asking.
that.
Like, can I still work? Or,
I wouldn't ask a woman to stay at home.
Right. But
Unless she was like, maybe, traveling a lot, like a flight attendant. Maybe I'd be like, well, can you cut it down? Even then, I wouldn't be like, don't work, but can you not work so much so we can spend time together?
an independent woman does not bother you whatsoever.
No. Like I say, unless she's, you're a flight attendant, you working crazy, we don't get to see each other, then that's not even about you being independent. That's just we don't really see each other. We don't have time for each other. So I would ask her to cut it down. Just like even with me, if I'm start popping and I'm not going to go work every weekend. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's fair to my kids or my person. I'm not going to go out 52 weekends a year. No, we'll do about, if we got a goal, we trying to achieve something, do about 45. 5 weekends. We're going to go hard this year, and then next year we're going to go down about 38, 35 weekends. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to go work every weekend. So I would expect that same thing. If you're a flight attendant, like, can you not fucking take every flight?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
yeah, just don't marry a flight attendant.
yeah, but I'm just saying it's just one of those situations, like if a woman or a traveling nurse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can you not take assignments that's in fucking Ohio? You know what I mean? But it's just what it is.
Right.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Or I don't even put myself in that situation. Because you could see what kind of person you're dealing with. If you see this person loves their job, they love what they do, I don't think it's fair for you to come in and tell them, don't do that. So you just kind of be like, this ain't gonna work. Because you love what you're doing and it's not fair for me to like take that away from you.
That's mature.
Like, I'm not gonna meet a woman, she'll be like, I don't want you doing stand-up. It's not gonna work.
Right, that's not gonna work.
Like, I'm not gonna stop doing this.
That's
you know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying.
People are crazy, though.
I would give somebody that same respect. Like, I'm not gonna ask you to give up what you love to be with me.
Right.
Because I can't fulfill whatever that is you're getting from what you do. I can't replicate that. I just got some dick. And I can hold you, but you know what I'm saying? It's good dick, but you know.
No, it's good to get like space from each other too and like come back.
Yeah.
I want to start getting in some final thoughts. But before we get in those final thoughts, I definitely want to like show some appreciation for the perspective that you've brought today. Because we can get a little crazy on this podcast thus far.
Crazy.
Yeah, we can get some pretty extreme thoughts.
Oh, we see it in her. Yeah,
oh my God.
we have some like a reasonable approach here, which I think is great because it's nice to hear perspective from someone who is solid in their career, solid in who they are, solid in what they got going for themselves. Mm-hmm. You know, that sort of an unwavering energy of like, I am who I am, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I got, you know, the situation, whatever it is that I'm working towards, and just being happy in that movement, right? And that's great because, you know, not all the time do we actually hear perspectives, not just on the show, but like anywhere else, of people who found that rhythm, right? I mean, I know it's especially difficult in the world of entertainment to find that rhythm, to find that confidence, to find that, you know, resolution. But a lot of people need to hear that more often is no matter what you're doing, you know, whether it is you're trying to chase a career in the entertainment industry or a waiter or art school or a lawyer, finding that rhythm comes after years of experience and wisdom. It is achievable. You will get there. And a lot of people on social media don't cover that perspective a lot, where people just go, nah, I found that. And it feels good, and I'm happy, and I'm gonna stick with it. And life is about balance. It's not always high, it's not always low. You gotta accept both, right? And I think that's just an important thing to get out there. Besides the fact that you do comedy, which I respect comedians more than a lot of different careers, right? I think comedians are just as important as doctors. I grew up watching comedians. Like, one of the first specials I watched on TV was Kings of Comedy.
Right.
I grew up, like, my grandfather was really big on watching the comedy roasts. So, like, you know, early Nipsey Russell, right? Or Red Fox, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, all of these guys were like, I looked up to them and I was like, oh my God, this is like, this is great, right? Sid Caesar, Carl Reiner, Mel Brooks, like, these guys were all amazing writers. And had amazing perspective on life. And I always looked up to that. Couldn't do it myself. But I respected that, right? And it's an important job in the world. So even that, like, I think is fantastic. But putting out a message besides comedy that is resolute, phenomenal. And I do appreciate you sharing that today.
I didn't know I did, but okay. I was just talking. Being me.
And that's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it comes off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Sure.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
He told me I'm negative, so I don't know. Like, final thoughts?
I don't think you're negative. I don't think you're a negative person.
You said I have a dark cloud?
You have a dark cloud where I told you I'm not speaking for you. I'm not a therapist. But I feel like
you're a therapist.
when I was doing it, it was a defense mechanism. to
not get hurt.
avoid disappointment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what you probably kind of do. And because our life and our experiences kind of shape us. So
For sure.
whatever happened prior to why you had to leave for a year, clearly that was something.
Right.
That's still not all the way gone.
Right.
So you still got this, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't shit. He ain't gonna be shit.
That's not true.
Yeah.
She's gonna bite my head off later for this conversation.
No, I'm so happy that you came. I think you're
not me.
Oh,
not me. I'm just saying whoever you meet or whatever. I'm not speaking about
if
myself.
I meet a guy, you're saying?
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna automatically say he's just like, ugh.
She's cute, but
That's true.
you know, it's always the but.
It's true.
You
True.
That's what I'm saying. It's you just gotta.
I think it takes time, you know?
Yeah, but if you're aware of it and you can work on it,
I'm aware.
it helps.
No, I'm definitely aware.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you got a good friend here that check your ass.
I don't like her though. Apparently,
Right. Yeah, because people don't like accountability. Sometimes you checking them, they think that's a bad thing. Where your real friends will check you. You know, that's why a lot of celebrities should be wild because everybody around them is yes sir, no sir, because they're on payroll.
That's what I'm used to.
That's the problem.
It's not the problem. It's good to have a one person that can like tell you the truth about yourself.
I always tell you the truth. You bullshit, L. Stop bullshit, L. I mean, well, we all need that, and that's a blessing to have.
For sure.
To have somebody check your ass and tell you tripping, while everybody else lying to you like, girl, you right. You know she ain't fucking right. That ain't helping her.
That's true.
Know? So
that's what like moms do. They tell you the truth. If you're cool with your mom.
If you could, are you cool with your mom?
I'm not asking her for advice. No.
Why she's
I
old school?
call her when something's going wrong because she just makes it worse.
She's old school.
No, she's fucking negative a little bit. Like she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever I'm like stressed about, she'll amplify it. Like, yeah, that's gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna happen. You're right. You need to prepare. That shit's gonna like. She's like, your au pair is gonna leave you. I'm like, shut the like what? No, she's not. You know what I mean? Like she say like negative shit to me, so I don't call her for like support.
Like your little sister or your big sister?
Yeah, I call somebody.
All right.
And I have a therapist.
What about the son's father?
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's a story for another day.
That's a whole other episode.
Yeah,
Is he black?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's a disaster.
Well, that fucked it up for everybody.
For everybody.
Today we were supposed to read some of her text messages.
Okay.
We'll get to that eventually.
Fucked it up for all black dudes.
It really did.
You can't do that though. You can't look at all of us in one.
I mean, but I've dated I've had like two that were like serious, and they both not as bad as this one. But
okay, but you also had others, and clearly that didn't work out either because you're not with them.
Right.
So it's not a black thing. It's just a man thing.
It's her choice.
Right.
Her choice thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the choices that she makes.
I'm changing the choices.
You probably like tall, athletic.
Not anymore.
See?
Not anymore.
I could tell.
Not
gorgeous
anymore.
men are trash, apparently.
Yeah. 6'2", gorgeous. Yeah. Basketball player overseas.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I'm done.
But
done
here,
with them.
Clippers players, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right.
Give it time.
That's why I didn't have a
next.
father. Nobody fucking told me. Nobody warned me. I was like confused. I was just like, oh, this is cool. This is good. I like this. I don't like it.
I like this Porsche 911.
No, not about the money. I just don't like them. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? You know? It becomes this. Because they want to tell me what it is. And I'm like...
And you want to tell them what it is.
No, I don't want to tell them what it is. I'm just trying to figure out, why do you think you could tell me what it is? You're not paying my bills. And like, you're cheating on me. And you're disrespectful. So
that's a lot.
No.
Yeah,
you can't tell me what the fuck it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. Leave. And they'll be like, no, we're not leaving. And then it becomes...
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, this has been another episode of Tacos and Shawarma. Thank you very much, Malik, for coming through. I appreciate it.
Lot of trauma, not that much tacos.
Yeah, tacos and shawarma coming soon.
Yeah, right.
We're finding a sponsor for it. Thanks, guys, very much. Appreciate it again.
Thank you.
I shouldn't be drinking this. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. You're super dope. I think you're like...
We'll talk offline.
Fine. God. Can't give you a compliment?
Next a compliment.